Coming up on today's episode. Good evening, YouTube. Here with you on a Saturday evening, Halloween night. I'm going to go over some things here that I've been meaning to do back here at the shop, whatever. I generally take refuge back here in my shop on Halloween evening because I don't give out candy and I don't turn the porch light on, things like that. So, you know, I come back here. Of course, Lexi's in there, I think, but she can do whatever she wants. But this is my idea for this. Now, this may not be the one I use for this. This is just the one that I have. I have yet to receive any of the other items that ordered. But I was hoping to get this one on the end here somewhere, mounted like that, and have 3 of the barrel connector, female connectors here, and then have our hookups for the other stuff here in the middle. And you know, if I can't do that, I'm going to try to use these holes too to mount it. So I may have to go here like this. Not really sure yet, but it may have to be like that because I want access to those holes as well. So that's what I may have to do. I was hoping to have some barrel connectors, but I don't see any around here close by. Let me see if I can find a couple. Yeah, it looks like that. I did find some. So that's good. I want to see what these are going to look like on the board. Three of those is what it's going to take. And these will be mounted basically like this, wherever the holes are at. I'll have to find out which holes to use here. May have to enlarge a couple of them, but that'll be fine too. In fact, I know I am. This is too big of a... I just got to figure out which ones. Let's see, those 2 there would be fine. And one in the middle of that, looks like. So I'll have to drill out the holes for that. But anyway, that's mainly how I'm going to do it. These will be, like I said, they'll be mounted on this side of the board. Into the board, whatever. And like I said, the access for all the components on the MFP will be in the middle. Except for this one. And this will come off of here. I think this end here. On this particular one. Again, I don't think I'm going to be using this one though, but still waiting on the other one. So that's all I can tell you about that. I was hoping to find the other battery, the other ELB, EBL, whatever it is. I looked through my collection of 13 and my collection of 17 transistor radios thinking perhaps it was in one of those, but it wasn't. I've now looked through everything I can think of except for a few radios up at the top of that, and I think I did look through those as well, but I'm not really sure where it went. So I don't know. I'll have to figure that out, I guess. But so let me get some stuff done here. I'll be right back. All right. Well, we're back again. I have the voltage or the batteries hooked up in series. Thought we would see what they measure. This is 4 of them. Let's get a good accurate measurement on them if I can. Alright, what that says, 32.4 volts. So if I add more, now these are the EBLs, and they're not that, they're only I think 7.4 volts or something like that, fully charged. So in the Rayovac, probably a 9 volt. I mean, it's probably good 9 volt. So That's about right. So average it out, 4/8 is 32. So that's that. Anyway, that's how I'm going to do this when we do it. I'm just going to put these batteries together like that, and that will be the way we do it. Not ready to do the whole thing yet. There's no sense in doing it because, like I say, even if it's over 75 and a half, no, 67 and a half, it's no big deal to me, because obviously if I had two setups like that, it would be 64 volts. So, you know, because this was meant at one time to be powered up by AC, which I believe that went up to 90 volts. So, you know, we have a wide range of voltage there to play with. That's the way I think about it anyway. So, that's that. Alright, we've talked about everything I can think of. I don't really want to do any soldering on this here yet because I'm not really sure. Go ahead and undo these. Really wish I could find that other one because, well, I'd just like to have it. I know I've got 4 of them. So, you know, it would be nice if I could find it. Really nice. But, you know, again, not the end of the world, I guess. So, that's that. This is not going to be very coherent video, I don't think. Basically because I don't know what I'm doing. I usually come in here with a plan, some kind of plan. It may not be much of a plan, but it's at least some type of plan. The only thing I really plan to do is to show this and this and the little oh, this is the little what do you call it, transformer. It's in there. I haven't actually gotten it out of the what do you call it, but there's no sense in really, until we do something with it, there's no sense in getting it out, I don't think. So leave it in there. Of course I'll lose it, you know me. So anyway, yes, I am listening to LA Oldies again. I don't know if I mentioned this, but Trick or Treat runs in Seymour from 6 to 8. It's 6:30 now, so I have an hour and a half to kill back here. And so that's that. I may take a nap, I don't know. You can't ever tell about me. I felt pretty good today. I won't say that. Seemed like last night my cold kind of broke up. I was awake until at least 4 o'clock. Lexi had already left for work. She had to work today, and on weekends she has to travel all the way to Columbus for a babysitter, and come back to Seymour then and go to work. Don't envy her having to do that, but you know, that's what she's doing. So again, so she came home around 4, I think. Said she'd get off at 2. Time she went up and got the baby and everything. So that was that. What else to say about anything, really? Really wish my parts would get here. It's kind of irks me in a way because, you know, I'm sure they're going to get here eventually. I've really never had anything that hasn't gotten delivered after a certain amount of time. But, you know, at the same time, they give you a firm date and then a maybe by date. If anybody that's ordered from China knows. And most of the time they arrive by the first date on the list. And I think October 30th was the day on these parts that I'm waiting on. One of them was actually in the early part of October. The one, I think it was the other one of these that I'm waiting on. But, you know, who knows what happens in the USPS. I'm pretty sure they all made it here. And it seems like it takes longer for the USPS to get them here than it does to get from China. That's just the way I feel about it. I guess I could go ahead and drill some holes there. Alright, let me show you on the camera here. Here's where I measured it out. So these two line up with holes, and then that one doesn't. So I think if I drill some holes the size of those I'm going to drill this one first. So that works out pretty good. Those will be lining up real nice. Let's see if I can get this last one done. These are a little harder to do. What I usually have to do is to get my bit and start a hole using the bit only. Or at least that's what I try to do. Alright, that should be close enough, I think. I'm not talking about rocket science here, you know. Alright, there you go. That's what it's going to look like. Let me get you a better picture. That's what it looks like underneath. Again, it's pretty much split the two holes is what we did. It gives me a little wiggle room as well, which is good. So that's that. That's the way I'm going to do the rest of them. I only got 2 more to do, so it's not like I have a lot to do. So that will work out all right, I do believe. That will give us our jack for our power plugs or wall warts. And then we can route the wires underneath, obviously, or the circuit underneath. So that will work. Work pretty good, I think. Alright, let's see what time it is now. 6:43. Alright, I'm going to take and do some more stuff here, and I'll do it off camera, and then I'll bring you back and show you what it is. Alright, I'm back with you again on this. This is Monday? No, Friday. Really got confused. Friday evening. It's after 10 is all I know. I was just trying to show you what I came up with on this monitor. That's the new computer monitor in place, and I'm hoping it will work out there all right. I mean, I might have to bend it down a little bit more. I had a wedge on the back of the other one to keep it pointed downward. And that's maybe what I have to do on that. I don't have any wires ran to it yet, and I'm not really sure that I'm going to be able to run the wire that far, but the other one did, so I'm hoping it's much the same. That's the hope, the plan. I will be making another, I don't know if I probably won't get this up in time, but I will be making another live video test tomorrow on Saturday, and that's back here in the shop. And tonight's that I did back here was pretty successful, I believe, and I'm using the webcam. I also did order another one of those Logitech C270 webcams to keep back here. That way I don't have to keep moving it back and forth, and I can just leave that one in there and have one back here. And that will be working out pretty good, I think. I'm hoping anyway. I have the extension cable there running on the for the webcam itself, and then like I said, I can't very well show you with this camera, but when I hook it back up, I'll show you with the other camera or something, so you can see how I've got it hooked up here and attached to the camera boom. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do, and it should work out all right, I think. But my biggest problem I'm having is running the cable some way that it doesn't get in my way, hang down low, so my legs don't bat it around, because it needs to be up high. And I'll figure this out, but there's should be a way of doing this, I'm pretty sure. And once I figure that out, then that should work out just rather fine, I think. I hope. But anyway, that's that. This is This is that. Like I said, I'll probably work on hooking that up tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to do it tonight. It's getting kind of late. Like I said, it's after 10. Lexi's and the baby are in bed. She has to go to work tomorrow and has to get up around 3 to get the baby to the sitter. So that's a rough day for her, but you know, she wants to do it. That's fine with me. I used to be young. I could do things like that. Not anymore. Again, from the live stream, I hope you gathered that I was feeling much better. And that trend has continued on into the evening. That's something that usually doesn't happen. Usually during the evening I start feeling bad again, but tonight I've been pretty good. So can't complain, and I won't. Wouldn't do any good anyway. You guys know that. Trying to figure out what all I can put back up here and not. I don't want it all cluttered like it was before, because I have to get to that switch to turn that on. I wish there was a way of leaving it on. I don't think there is, though. I think you have to actually, once the power is disconnected, I think you have to switch that switch on again. And if that's the case, then, you know, it is what it is, I guess. If it's not the case, I may be able to put it somewhere else. I can get power for it. That's not a problem. Power comes from right here on the either there or somewhere else, but I can get power to it, no problem at all. And the only thing I have a problem with is getting this VGA cable to it. I'm pulling it from the back of the desk right now. You can see if I went straight, that would go a little further than that, but that connector is on the left side bottom of the monitor. So I'm going to have to use my best wits on that one, trying to get that connected. I thought about moving the computer, if I need to, up on the upper shelf on this end instead of the other end. And that way it would be next to the printer instead of on the bottom of it. So, you know, that's just another idea. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. I want to show you a couple things here that, well, not a couple things. One thing I'm working on, and I may have already showed you earlier. Let me get this straightened out a little bit. There we go. As you can see, I think, there's our power adapter with all three holes, all three adapters sitting on it. They're not connected, they're just sitting there. But they are ready to connect and solder in there. I'll probably do that tomorrow as well. So that's coming up. I ordered another buck converter board. I ordered it from US seller. I made sure it was a US seller. So, you know, that's coming, and that should be here next week at the latest. I'm just afraid that the other ones have gotten lost in the mail because of the COVID and everything else going on and stuff like that. So that's about it, I guess. That ought to do for a good update. I think I've got more footage on this camera. I may end up go ahead and making a video out of this. Upload that in the morning. Possibility, you never can tell. I may check on the computer and see what I've got, but if I've got that, I may go ahead and do that. And then again, not sure what time it's coming up, but there will be another live video from back here in the shop tomorrow. I need to get a couple of things worked out. I think I have the going from the preview to the live worked out pretty good. But I want to check out this monitor up here, get that hooked up, and show you what that's going to be looking like. And of course I'll be getting the mirror image of that, but you know how that works. It'll be alright just for show. That way you can see the size of the text, not text, but the chat. And it should be easy enough to just look up there and see, I think, the chat from here. With my glasses on especially. I'll be wearing my glasses for sure, so I'm working on stuff. So I also want to get that the rest of the work done on the hybrid Motorola part of the hybrid radio, and I want to get that all done, ready to get hooked up, and so we can just basically next week come in here and play around with that and hook it up. My goal, as I said probably before on the live, is to basically hook it up to the BDST signal tracer and basically see if it's going to tune in some radio stations. That should come out the IF, and I should be able to pick that up from the signal tracer easy enough, and we should be able to hear some radio stations if they are in fact working. The only thing I did not check that I probably should have checked was that oscillator coil, but I figured if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Not much you can do about it. I can get another oscillator coil. Those radios are pretty common as far as not Motorola's, but GE and a couple of others use that same exact design, and I'm pretty much sure that the components from them would work just as well as far as the oscillator coil. So we can try one of those if we need to or whatever, but we'll get this thing going, and that's the important thing. So, all right, we're going to sign off for the evening, and you guys have a pleasant evening. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.